Have you ever thought your cat was just there, just sleeping beside you, just watching you from across the room, just gently waking you up in the morning? But what if every one of those quiet moments wasn't random at all? What if your cat has been taking care of you in their own silent, powerful way? Today, we'll uncover 12 secret ways your cat shows love without ever needing to say a single word. Have you ever felt your cat curl up beside you, right when the world feels too heavy? Not just when you're watching TV, not when you're relaxing, but when you're hurting, when you're lying there, quiet, trying to hold it all together. And then you hear that soft, steady purr. At first, it might just sound comforting, like a lullaby with fur. But here's something many people don't realize. That sound? It's not just for them, it's for you. Cats purr for all kinds of reasons. When they're happy, when they're nervous. But one of the most powerful reasons is healing. For them. And surprisingly, for you. The vibrations from a cat's purr range from 25 to 150 hertz. Science has shown that those frequencies can actually lower stress, ease anxiety, and even promote healing in bones and muscles. That's not just adorable. That's biological comfort, like having a live-in therapist who just happens to be tiny, fluffy, and full of love. And what's more beautiful is this. They choose to use that comfort on you. When your cat curls up beside you and starts to purr, they're not just soothing themselves, they're calming you, the person they love most. That's not noise, that's care. But what if I told you there's another silent way they care for you, one that's even more touching? Have you ever been sick and suddenly realized your cat hasn't left your side? They're not meowing, not asking for food, just there, quietly curled up near your feet, watching from the corner of the bed, or sitting right by the door, like a tiny, silent nurse on duty. It's easy to think it's just coincidence. But cats, they know. They may not understand sick the way we do, but they feel the shift. In your movements, in your scent, in the way you breathe, sigh, or stop talking as much. To them, something's changed. And their response? They stay. It's instinct, yes. Cats in the wild often stay close to injured members of their group. But with you, it's deeper. It's not just survival. It's love. It's family. When they choose to stay beside you, not out of need, but out of care, they're offering what little they can. Presence. That quiet, I'm here, from a warm, fuzzy body curled next to yours. That's not just company. That's devotion. And if you've ever felt like you were alone in your pain, maybe you weren't. Maybe your cat knew exactly what you needed. Someone who wouldn't leave. But as comforting as their stillness can be, what they do next is even more healing. There's something about the way a cat curls up beside you, especially on those days, when everything feels a little too much. They don't knock. They don't ask. They just arrive. Soft fur against your arm. A warm body pressed into your side. No questions. No words. Just closeness. You might think they're just being cuddly, looking for warmth, a cozy nap spot. But it's more than that. Cuddling, for cats, is not just about comfort. It's about connection. It's their way of saying, I see you, I'm here, let's breathe together. And here's the beautiful twist. When they cuddle you, it helps you feel better too. That closeness, it releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, for both of you. Your stress eases, their purr deepens. Two hearts, sinking in silent care. They're not just lying on your chest, they're holding space for your emotions. Like a little heartbeat beside yours, whispering, you're not alone. That's not just affection. That's therapy in fur. And just when you think they can't possibly give more, they start to quietly guide your day in the most unexpected way. Ever notice how your cat always seems to know when it's time? Time to wake up, time to eat, time to stop scrolling and finally play. They're not just being bossy, they're being consistent. Cats are creatures of habit. They thrive on patterns. But more than that, they pull you into their rhythm. When they nudge your arm at the same hour each day, when they sit by the food bowl like clockwork, or stare at you until you move from bed, they're not just asking, they're reminding you to pause, to take care of yourself, to have structure when everything else feels out of place. In a world that can feel chaotic, your cat becomes a tiny anchor. Their predictable moments become yours. Your meals, your sleep, your breaks from work. They're not just demanding a routine, they're giving you one. And that gentle push back to balance, that's not just habit, that's help. Because sometimes the softest way to say I care is to show up every day right on time. And when they do, they leave more than just paw prints. They leave their scent right on your heart. You're sitting quietly, maybe reading, maybe just thinking. And then, a soft little head nudges your leg. Your cat brushes against you. Slow, gentle, deliberate. Sometimes it's their cheek, sometimes their forehead, sometimes a full-body rub like a silky little train. It might seem like a greeting or a random stretch, but it's not. That motion? That's head bunting. And in cat language, that means your family. Cats have scent glands in their cheeks and forehead. When they rub against you, they're marking you with their scent, blending your identity with theirs, creating a shared smell, a shared space. In the wild, cats do this with their trusted group, the ones they eat with, sleep beside, protect. So when your cat presses their head into your hand, they're not just saying hi, they're saying, you belong to me, and I belong to you. It's subtle, easy to overlook. But next time it happens, pause. Feel it. Because that gentle head bump, it's not a request. It's a statement. You're not just someone they tolerate. You're home. And just when you think they've said it all, they'll switch from gentle to goofy, just to lift your spirits in a whole new way. Ever had one of those days where everything feels heavy, until your cat suddenly zooms across the room for no reason? Or they leap onto the couch, miss, pretend it was intentional, and walk away like a furry little diva? Cats are funny, but not by accident. Their timing is perfect. Their expressions, unreadable. Their antics, unexpected, ridiculous, and somehow exactly what you needed. It's not just coincidence, it's connection. Cats may not laugh like us, but they know how to make you smile. They know when your energy drops, when the room gets too quiet, when your face stays still a little too long. And that's when the show begins. Maybe it's a random pounce, a tail flick in your coffee, or a dramatic stare into the abyss, like they're seeing ghosts. But what they're really doing is shifting your mood, changing the air, bringing you back to the present with laughter. And when you laugh, your body releases endorphins, your stress melts a little, and your cat? They go back to licking their paw like nothing happened, no applause needed. Because for them, the reward was seeing you smile. That's not just mischief. That's medicine. But when the laughter fades, they always return. Not just for another act, but for you. Have you ever noticed, no matter how many times your cat walks away, they always come back? They hop off your lap, stroll into another room, disappear for a while. But just when you think they've moved on, you feel a soft nudge on your leg, or catch them quietly watching you from the hallway. They're back, and they do it again, and again, all day. This might seem like random wandering, but it's not. It's checking in. Cats are independent, but they're not distant. They might explore, nap elsewhere, sit in another room, but they're always aware of you, your mood, your silence. And so they return, not because they need anything, but because they want to know, are you okay? That simple glance, that quiet presence, that gentle reappearance. It's not a coincidence. It's reassurance. They're saying, I didn't forget about you. I just wanted to make sure you're still here. You're still mine. It's not loud. It's not obvious. But it's love, in its quietest form. You're relaxing, maybe scrolling your phone, and suddenly, your cat appears, with something in their mouth, a sock, a toy, a leaf from the backyard, or, if you're truly lucky, a bug, a gecko, something that used to move. Before you panic or laugh, pause, because to your cat, this isn't gross or silly. It's sacred. In the wild, cats bring food back to their family, to feed, to teach, to share. So when your cat drops something at your feet, they're not being weird. They're being generous. They're saying, this is mine, but now it's yours. I hunted this. I chose this. For you. It's not about the object. It's about the gesture. Because offering a gift, no matter how small or strange, is an act of trust, of love, of belonging. They see you as part of their inner circle, their home, their family. And even if the gift makes you jump, your cat gave it with the purest of hearts. They don't expect applause or even gratitude. Just a moment, just a glance, just you, knowing that they care. Because sometimes, love looks like a feather on your pillow, and a cat sitting proudly beside it. You might have seen it before. Your cat sitting right by the bedroom door, or stretched across the hallway, or perched like a statue, staring into the living room. Unmoving, watchful, still. At first, it might seem like they're just being weird, maybe waiting for a sound, maybe guarding their favorite spot. But here's the truth. They're guarding you. Cats are territorial by nature. In the wild, they protect what's theirs. Their den, their clan, their space. And when they live with you, that space includes you. So when they sit near the entrance of your room, or stay close when you're asleep, or block the hallway with their quiet presence, they're not just being dramatic. They're on watch. They're scanning sounds, sensing shifts, keeping you safe in the only way they know how. No barking, no alarms, just a presence, a stillness that says, this space is ours, and I'm here. They may not chase away intruders, but they sense before you do. They alert, they protect. And in those moments, your home isn't just quieter, it's safer. Because there's something oddly comforting about knowing that while you sleep, someone small is already awake, already watching, already taking care of you. No buzzing, no loud beeps, just a soft tap, a gentle paw on your cheek, or the faintest purr right next to your face. That's how your cat wakes you. Not with chaos, but with care. It might feel like they're just hungry, and sure, breakfast is always on their mind. But look closer. There's something about the way they wait until the light shifts, the way they don't claw, don't cry, just softly tap, again and again, like they're saying, hey, it's time. Cats are morning creatures. They have their own internal clocks. But more than that, they know your rhythm, too, and in their own small way, they want to start the day with you. They could meow from across the room. They could knock something off the shelf. But instead, They choose closeness, warmth, a whisper in fur and whiskers. Wake up. I'm here. And somehow, that soft, living alarm clock feels better than any snooze button ever could. Because you're not waking up alone. You're being nudged back into the world by someone who missed you, even in your sleep. You hear nothing, but your cat suddenly sits up, ears perked, eyes locked, tail still. They stare at the door, or the window, or that one corner of the room. You follow their gaze, but there's nothing. And yet, you feel it too now. That's not paranoia. That's instinct. Cats are wired to detect the slightest shifts. In sound, in light, in energy. Their hearing is sharper than ours. Their senses, tuned like tiny radar systems. So when they alert, with a flick of the ear, a frozen pose, a soft meow into the silence, they're telling you something. Maybe it's the neighbor's footsteps. Maybe a car door outside. Maybe something you'll never notice. But your cat did. And in that moment, they're not just reacting. They're protecting. Not with claws, not with growls, but with attention, with awareness, with that invisible shield that says, I'm watching. You're safe. It's easy to miss, easy to dismiss. But once you start paying attention to the moments they go still, you'll realize how many times they've caught something before it ever reached you. They're not just sensitive, they're sentinels. And in the quietest parts of the day, your cat is standing guard for the one they care about most. There are moments when you don't say a word, when the room is quiet, but your heart isn't. You're curled up, face down, still, and suddenly you feel it. A warm little body pressing into your side, a rough tongue gently licking your hand or nose, not playful, not begging, just there. Cats aren't known for being emotional comforters, but maybe that's exactly what makes these moments so powerful, because they feel it. They feel you. They don't ask what's wrong. They don't try to fix it. They just sit, or nuzzle, or quietly wipe a tear with a sandpaper kiss. It's not dramatic. It's not loud, but it's real. Their way of saying, I know something's hurting. And I want to be close. Some people wait their whole lives to feel that kind of quiet, wordless love. But you had it in a pair of eyes that never looked away, in soft fur soaked by your sadness, in the silence that healed you more than any word could. That's not just empathy. That's family. That's love. And maybe that's your cat's greatest gift of all. If this touched your heart, you'll love our next video. How cats say, I love you, without words. And if you've ever felt quietly seen, gently comforted, or unexpectedly healed by your cat, then you already belong here. Join our feline-loving family. Subscribe. Stay a little longer. Because here, we believe, love doesn't always need words. Sometimes it just needs pause.